December 1996, a 2-hour show, looking back on the year in British sport on the BBC, presented by Des Lynam and Jimmy Hill. But obviously, if you're doing a 2-hour show about sport, you've got to have a light-hearted feature, and this was the light-hearted feature.
Now, sorry about that, it is live. So in goal for us, he's played 999 games. This is number 1,000 for former England great Peter Shilton. Now, the laughter is about the shoes, you see. Frank unfortunately forgot his trainers, didn't he?
Take a run at it.
No, I got power here. There's some power here. It's all right.
Good. Now remember, Frank's got the wrong shoes on.
Centre forward, yeah.
Centre forward for Sussex schoolboys.
Yeah.
Can play.
Cheers.
It was, of course, a long time ago.
Shoes, yeah.
I'm surprised Frank's shoes didn't bite the ball. It's crocodile shoes.
You could do it barefoot if you want, Frank.
My feet smell, Des. I think
What?
Is there any corn in the competition if you win?
Sort of, Frank. We'll let you know. Corn, money. Where's that ball? Frank, come on, this is the prize. It's not corn, but there's a ball signed by all the other competitors, first and foremost.
Very nice.
You talk to people who worked in the BBC back in the day, right? And people seem to think there's a big gravy train still with the BBC. And I don't work for them, despite what a lot of dickheads on Twitter think, right? But you see how things work, and there are budgets you've got to stick to, and there's lots of forms to fill in, and they're quite strict on. They won't pay for certain things. There is a. You talk to people who've been around in the BBC, and you'll know this, Steph. 30 or 40 years.
Swimming on the gravy train, mate. It's looking great.
Someone would have said, "What about a penalty shootout?"
Yeah.
All right, let's get 6 of the best sports people in the world in here. We'll do this. We'll you know, but not even do it very well.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Half-hearted.
Let's just get some gym mats and plastic goals.
Yeah.
And Frank Bruno a pair of crocodile skin shoes.
But Frank Bruno has forgotten his shoes.
So
they've got him in England kit.
Yes.
So production would have
haven't they got a
said
spare pair of
on the
daps?
phone, they'd be like, "Don't worry, Frank, we can
Bring your own trainers, Frank.
Bring your own trainers."
What?
And he's forgotten. But now he's on the telly taking penalties in the shoes he's going to wear with his suit.
But also, like you say, they've bought the kits for everyone, but someone has phoned Donovan Bailey and gone, "Can you bring your daps with you, mate?"
Yeah.
What? To the Sports Personality of the Year awards?
So
You'll
weird,
probably win overseas Sports Personality, I would think. But if you could bring your daps, that'd be great.
Yeah.
No.
And he turns up in Newcastle, presumably.
Yeah.
We're guessing it's Newcastle.
I'm assuming
His call
so.
time's like 5
assume
p.m.
Yeah,
Let it be like...
Des just hates Sunderland.
Yeah. Let it be like, "Great, here's your kit. Looking forward to the penalty shootout. Honestly, Frank, it's going to be a lot of fun. Have you got your trainers with you?"
Great fun.
No. Oh, well, then... No.
There's nothing we can do about that now.
Boxing Gary.
Nothing we can do about
I
it.
keep saying boxing Gary because I remember when I was watching Gary Mason
Yeah.
back in the day. Frank Bruno was for some reason always ringside,
Yeah.
Yes.
and he had such a deep voice. All you could hear was boxing Gary, boxing Gary.
Boxing. Quality.
I love Bruno, man.
You talk about the shit jokes, the Tories joke around the crocodile shoes. I still can't work it out. Yeah. It hasn't quite landed still.
But in
Gonna bait the
fairness...
ball.
But in fairness to him,
Because he's got shoes that are crocodiles.
he is a jockey.
And he's
Yeah,
Italian.
no, absolutely. Yeah.
He's an Italian
Like you
jockey.
stick me on a horse and try and get me to win the derby, I'd fuck it up.
He's
I
an
agree.
Italian jockey.
If we
It's
put
his
you on a
second
horse,
language.
if we
and
put you on
it's
a
not
horse
his
in Italy and
forte.
said make an Italian shoe joke, you'd fuck it up.
Yes.
Speaking of someone who told a wizened old farmer in Carmarthenshire that I loved him, and I meant to say I love it here. I think I said I love you.
I love you.
I was like,
I love you.
I love you.
Okay, mate.
I mean, I love this. I love this. Sitting around a fire.
Certainly not you.
Oh.
You're a farmer.
Great
But
though. I love this.
do you know what? I just... It was very fun. Like at the Quickly Kevin live show, It was very funny because they edited out all of the ones Shilton saved, which
Good
suddenly
work.
made it the funniest video I'd ever seen in my life.
better.
Because
Yes.
it's just Dettori, Henman, Bruno and Denise Lewis hammering shots past a helpless Peter Shilton.
They've also, for health and safety reasons, put nets all the way around the outside of it.
Yeah.
So any shot that's close, you don't know if it's in or not.
Yeah.
Because nets ripples
badly done.
at all occasions.
It is badly done. And you know as well, they'd have put that net up and everyone on the crew would have
Yeah.
had a few penalties and they would have lost so much time that afternoon.
Absolutely, I would say an
really
implausible
miss-
amount of time.
You know, I would love to. When I did the the warm up for the last ever High Hopes, which is outside of Wales. It was a Welsh comedy. Never sort of went network, but it was very big in Wales. With a fellow called Gareth Gwenlyn produced that.
Oh, yeah.
Who also made all of basically Only Fools and Horses, amongst other things, right? And this was the last thing. He died not long after it.
Okay.
But talk about old school. I was in the green room with him afterwards thinking, I really wish I'd been doing this job 40 years.
Yes.
Because he was on about, you go to the BBC then. He said, we never had a meeting before 11.
Yeah.
You know, and then we'd have he said, we start the meeting, the gin trolley would come around. I said, what? He said, they bring a drinks
trolley.
They bring a drinks trolley round. He said, we'd all be there smoking cigars and whatever. Then they bring the drinks trolley round.
Amazing.
Then we finish the meeting. Then we go to the pub they built in the BBC studio. So in the old BBC, there was a pub in the studios, a proper pub, which was great as well.
Yeah.
He said we'd be in there by about 2:30, and then we go down to the Heathcote. I thought, what a day!
When we
What
were
a
making,
working day that is.
I was making a sitcom in 2014. And it was very stressful, and we were running out of time, and we were running out of money. So the cast were under a lot of pressure because you had to get it right because we were running out of time, and there was absolutely no chance of reshoots. So it was it was quite a fraught atmosphere. And then it was just we were sort of working through lunch on the last day because the weather's letting us down, and it was kind of you've got one go for this. And I remember I was we were turning around or something, turning around the camera, and I talked to the sound man who had been doing sitcoms since the 70s. And he said, mate, it wasn't like this when I started.
Oh, God,
And I said, yeah? And he went, nothing like this. He said, you know the makeup truck and the costume truck? I was like, yeah. He went, there would have been a booze truck. And as we were wrapping everyone, you'd have all been going to the booze truck and getting on it. And we'd have all been drinking on the job. On the last day, we'd have all been pissed.
Well, any
Because it's the
sitcom from
last
that
day.
period.
I was like, doesn't feel like that now. He was like,
And
no.
dramas, right? So I was talking to Gwenlyn, and I was talking to Paul Ford, who's a friend of all of us, right? And he was on, because he knew Gareth quite well.
Yeah.
And he was saying, Paul's got that, you know, he approaches it like a modern person in the job.
Yeah.
He said, but Gwenlyn's sort of bywords were, we'll get it out in post, love.
Brilliant.
You know, so if there's microphones in there or something's gone wrong, no, move on, now we'll get that out in post. He said they were doing a recording once.
The phrase for someone who's not involved in post. We'll sort that out in post-production.
Yeah,
That's someone else's problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Move on.
And they didn't get it out in post, is the
No,
thing.
there's a microphone right there. And in those days, you couldn't get rid of it.
Like what I've done outside broadcasting stuff, or, you know, we're on location, and the sound person, whoa, hang on a minute, whoa. Like when we filmed your one now, when we did that one for Josh,
Yeah.
because we're on the Heathrow flight path,
Yes.
we had to stop filming every 30 seconds. It was a pain in the ass, wasn't it? He said, Gwenlyn, they were filming the once, and the plane's going over, and the someone goes, Gareth, got plane? He went, yes, planes exist, love, move on.
Planes exist.
Well, when we were doing all
We're
the
talking.
we were doing all the Phoenix and the Flames ones in West London, again on the Heathrow flight path. So you've got, you know, Emmanuel Petit over from Paris, and you're reenacting his goal from the 1998 World Cup final. And yeah, we had to stop all the time.
You realise how busy Heathrow is, didn't you?
Yeah, it's
As soon as
everywhere,
this
mate.
noise
It's
stops, you can see the headlights of the next plane. They fucking not give us a
Yeah. And but yeah, it is just different. But then
Planes exist, love.
I think work in general is different. Like when Dad was a civil servant in the 70s, working for Lewisham Council, they were pissed all the time.
Oh, yeah,
They
yeah.
would all go to the pub at lunchtime. This is in the quantity surveying department of Lewisham Council. So Dad is, he's trying to work out how much a disabled ramp at some leisure centres are going to cost. But he was drunk.
Yeah.
They were all drunk.